Have you ever looked at your partner and thought, I know exactly how they could be better if they just listen to me? Michelangelo once famously shared the sentiment that he didn't create his sculptures, but merely uncovered the masterpiece hidden within the marble. That got me thinking, what if relationships worked the same way? What if, instead of trying to fix or change your partner, you focused on helping them uncover their best, most authentic self, the masterpiece that they already are? We all know about the unconscious tug of war between shaping our partner into who we think they should be and accepting them for who they are. But the Michelangelo effect suggests there's a third, more fulfilling path, one of collaboration, support, and mutual empowerment. Research found that partners in close relationships actively shape each other's traits, skills, and even their ability to pursue personal goals. So, in this video, I'll share how you can help your partner uncover their best, most authentic self. Not by controlling or criticizing, but by supporting, encouraging, and believing in them. So, let's dive in. Imagine your partner has always wanted to write a book. Maybe they've talked about it for years, scribbling ideas on sticky notes, filling journals with half written stories, but they never quite follow through. One evening, they sigh and say, I don't know why I even bother. It's probably not even worth writing. This is your moment. You're called to rise to the occasion and test out Michelangelo's philosophy. How do you do that? Try these 4 steps. Step 1, spot the potential within. So your partner shrugs off their writing dream. I'm not even a real writer, they say. But you remember the time they told a funny story at a party, how everyone laughed so hard they cried, or the way they wrote that heartfelt letter to a friend that left you both teary eyed. Maybe they don't see it yet, but you do. This is where you come in. Be curious. Ask, what inspired you to want to write? Or, if you could write about anything without worrying what people would think, what would it be? Or even, what's one idea you've had that you just can't shake? Questions like these, they're not just small talk, they're chisels. Each one chips away at self doubt, uncovering something beautiful underneath. And when your partner finally says, I've always wanted to write a story about that trip I took as a kid, you'll know you've helped them take their first step towards believing in themselves again. Step 2, chisel with care. All right, your partner finally sits down to write, and then they freeze. This is terrible, they mutter, deleting everything they've just written. Well, here's where your words matter most. You could say, well, maybe writing's just not your thing. Or you could say, hey, I know it's tough, but this is part of the process. Every writer feels that way sometimes. Encouragement like that, it's like a sculptor's careful tap of the chisel, gentle, deliberate, and powerful. Here are some tips to get you started. Celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. I love how dedicated you are. It's inspiring. Remind them that growth takes time. Hey, you're figuring this out. Don't rush it, you'll get there. By chiseling with care, you're creating space for them to grow without feeling pressured to be perfect. So before I move on, I'd like to show you something. 95% of the people that watch our videos aren't subscribed to us. We love making these videos for you, and I think you love watching them too. So why not hit the subscribe button? It keeps us motivated and keeps the content coming for you. So now let's move on. Step 3, sculpt as a team. Let's say your partner's working late at night frustrated. They're stuck on a chapter and ready to quit. So instead of sitting back, you lean in. What if you write that scene like you were telling a story to your friend, you suggest? Or maybe you bring them a cup of tea and say, you've been working so hard and I'm really proud of you. Moments like that remind your partner that they're not alone in this process. Here's how you and your partner can work together without stepping on each other's toes. Set shared goals. Suggest, how about we both spend 30 minutes a night working on our projects? Check in with each other and ask, what's been inspiring you lately? Celebrate their wins. Assure them, like, I knew you could do it, and all you needed was a little push. When you sculpt as a team, you're not just helping your partner, you're building something beautiful together. And last, step 4, chip away at assumptions. They're in the final leg of their first ever draft. One evening, they're at their desk scrolling through old notes. I don't know why I even keep this stuff. I haven't heard anything back from my publisher, they mutter. But instead of assuming they're giving up, you ask, "What's this one about?" Surprised, they smile a little and start explaining. And just like that, you've opened a door that they thought was already closed. Even in the closest relationships, we sometimes stop seeing each other clearly. Maybe you assume your partner's writing dream isn't serious, or that they're just too busy to pull through the last mile. But what if you're wrong? What if they've been quietly carrying that dream, waiting for someone to believe in it with them? Instead of assuming, try this. Ask open ended questions like, what's something you've been thinking about doing but haven't shared yet? Embrace change. When they pivot, you pivot. Encourage them by saying, I love that you're exploring this. It's exciting to see you grow. Reconnect regularly. Ask them, hey, let's grab coffee and talk about how things are going. When you stay curious about your partner, you'll keep discovering new layers of who they are and who they're becoming. Your partner's book might never become a bestseller, or maybe it will, but that's not really the point. What matters is what's happened along the way. Because the day they finally type the end, whether that's months or years from now, they won't just have a finished book, they'll have something even more powerful: belief in themselves. And you'll know that your belief, the quiet encouragement, the thoughtful questions, the patient reminders helped reveal something incredible. Not just a story, but a stronger, more confident version of the person you love. Because love isn't about sculpting someone into who you think they should be, it's about helping them uncover the masterpiece that's been inside them all along. And if you have a story about how you helped carve out a better version of your partner, please share it in the comments because I love hearing your stories. And if you're curious about the health of your relationship, take the relationship satisfaction scale linked below. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm the clinical director at Awake Therapy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.